Hello and welcome back to my channel. Back out in the Peak District on this glorious sort of end of summer evening. Autumn is just on the turn. The ferns are starting to go. Some of the trees are just starting to turn here, so it's going to get colourful pretty soon. Why am I out? Well, got a camera to show you. This is the Lomography Sprocket Rocket. Let me tell you all about it. So what is the Lomography Sprocket Rocket camera? Well, the clue's in the name. It's a camera, a 35mm film camera that shoots or exposes into the sprockets. So when you get a normal 35mm camera, you get these little rectangles or whatever aspect ratio your camera shoots at, but you'll get these little sections and nothing in the sprockets. This exposes everything. So it's panoramic, it's got a 106 degrees field of view with a, what lens is it, 30mm lens. So it's very, very, very wide. Nice panoramics. You get 17 shots per roll-ish, depending on how well you wind on your first shot. Or, as I'll explain later, you don't lose some shots. So the basics are, it has two focusing options. It goes from 0.6 to 1 meter, 1 meter to infinity. For me, this is a landscape camera, so it's going to be 1 meter onwards. It has two aperture options, cloudy and sunny. I was advised by Lomography to keep it on cloudy. I shall keep it on cloudy. I haven't taken it out in glorious, glorious sunshine yet, so I haven't noticed where I need to use the other option. Two shutter modes, normal and bulb, and the shutter mode, the shutter trigger, should I say. The bulb mode, it's a bit iffy for me because the shutter is just a lever. If it had your traditional shutter button where you could screw in one of the mechanical shutter release cables, bulb mode would become a bit more useful. Because at the moment you'd have to, if you want to do anything longer, you've got to mount it on a tripod and hold that button down and hope that you don't introduce any shake. A little bit useless for me. So stick it on normal and away you go. Has a wind on and a wind back button. An indicator to tell you when your shot is ready, as in when you've wound it on, it will give you a white dot, and then how many shots you've got left. Oh no, how many shots you've taken, sorry. So if you've been to my channel before, up there I've done a few different panoramic cameras. I love panoramic. So you've got the 360 spinner from Lomography. I can't say I gave it a glowing review, but I gave it a review. And then there's the Horizon S3 Pro, a swing lens panoramic camera. And now this one, I love panoramic, I really do. There's something about it I really enjoy. I like that aspect ratio. So the lovely people at Lomography, if you're watching, I would love to have a go with the Bel Air. The 6x12 sounds very, very appealing indeed. Much love. That's it in a nutshell. That's it. Very basic, plastic fantastic, with a few bits of metal stuck on the side. Now, speaking of the metal, is these two little clips which keep the back on. The whole back comes off to load your film. I'd like something different on those. So I think if this was mine, because I've got to send this back, I would put a massive elastic band around it to keep it back on, because it's been in my bag, and then when I've pulled it out, if I've had it that way, I've pulled it and it's just snagged and the back's come off. So my first 4 shots, as I said earlier, they're gone. Poof. They are overexposed into the ether. So that's just something I'm now very aware of. So yeah, if this was my camera, I would do that. You get 17 shots, not sure if I said, and a hot shoe on the top, which I've geniusly decided, so I can show you the shots, I've mounted my little action camera on top. Works quite well. So you get a POV of what I've been shooting. And that's it. I quite like it. Apart from the back coming off and the bulb mode, I've got no faults with this camera. No faults at all. I really like it. So I'm going to crack on. The light is fading. I'm going to go and get some more shots. So that's the Lomography Sprocket Rocket. I've had the camera a few weeks now. I've run, I think, about 5 rolls of film through it. So I think I can sort of say, it's all right. It's all right. It's fun. It's a fun camera. It's certainly got its unique characteristics, a few little issues, which I mentioned earlier. But yeah, it's a fun camera. I have to send this back now, which is a shame, because I would have liked to have carried on with this, but yeah, maybe I'll treat myself at some point. The only thing I can add on to what I've said earlier is light. This needs a lot of light. I've been using ISO 400 film in all the rolls that I've put through it, from Fomapan, HP5, Lady Grey, all at 400, and I think the best way to sum this up is use this as a midday camera. Not sunrise, definitely not sunset. It's a midday camera when all that light is coming in. You've got so little control between your sunshine and cloudy aperture settings that even what I thought was bright conditions were coming out relatively underexposed. So yeah, think of it as a midday camera and you'll do well. So that'll do. Thanks always for watching. If this is your first time here, please do click that subscribe button and the little bell icon next to it to be notified as to when I upload a new video. I've got a stinking cold. I'm going to go and lay down. See you next time.